So last week I shared a video of this budget-friendly project. If you missed that one, I'll put a link to it in the description. And this week I'm making another budget-friendly product that is very simple and easy to make. So let's jump right into the video. Given that the materials used for this are very minimal, this could be one of those products where you could potentially sell and make a profit, assuming that you're able to market it well and stage it well. This one that I am making will go in one of my bathrooms as requested by my wife. So the materials that I'm using are leftovers from previous projects. I'm using a 2x2 that I'll cut down to roughly between 7 inch and 8 inches, and then the 1x6 board I'll cut to 3.5 inches wide, just to make sure there's about an inch on both sides of the 2x2 that'll be at the back of the board. Later on you will see the reason for the 1 inch allowance on both sides of the 2x2. So just a quick recap, the 1x6 I cut down to 3.5 inches wide by 9 inches tall, and then the 2x2 I cut down to approximately 8 inches long. Next I used a setup bar to set my table saw blade height to approximately 1/4 inch, and I'll use that to make a groove about 1/2 inch in from one of the sides of the 2x2, which will serve as the channel for the lights to be threaded through. If you don't have a table saw, or you're not comfortable doing this on a table saw with a bare exposed blade like this, you can just use a hot glue gun and then glue the lights onto the sides of the 2x2 alternatively. So after making the first pass, I moved the table saw fence about 1/16 of an inch and then made a second pass so that the width of the groove will be about approximately 1/8 of an inch. And then I just sanded everything down using a 120 grit sandpaper. I started off with a finish sander, but then I switched on to just sanding it by hand. Next, I just went to my wife's collection of dried plants or flowers there and grabbed a few stems of dried eucalyptus. So the first time I did this, I made one of these. I used the table saw to make a groove at the back piece that I just used to insert the stem into. But since I'll be making I'll be using 3 stems, and this is made primarily for this purpose, so I'm just going to use a regular drill bit and drill 3 holes into which I'll then insert the stems. I took some of the leaves off the stem to make it easier to insert them in the holes. These stems are probably a year old now, so they're very brittle. If that's what you have to work with, you have to be very careful so it does not keep breaking. I broke a few portions off the stem there. You might have noticed one of them. So just be extra careful and be patient with yourself as you're doing this. The rest of the process is very self-explanatory. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will be sure to respond to that as quickly as possible. So I intend to leave this one all natural. The only thing I'll add to it is several coats of polyurethane because it's going to go in the bathroom. But I wanted to keep this one natural because it blends with the color of the walls in the bathroom. But you can choose the color of stain that you want to use. Just remember to add coats of polyurethane if you're going to put it in your bathroom or in an area where there'll be moisture. I want to take this moment to share a quick word of encouragement to anyone who is going through a difficult time at this time of the year. It is difficult for a lot of people at the end of the year as well at the start of the year. But I want to encourage you and remind you that God cares for you no matter what you're going through, no matter how difficult it may seem. Reach out and ask for His help. He is willing. He has demonstrated that He loves you even before you knew about Him. So let that encourage you. Ask Him for help and believe that you will receive the help that you're asking for. And remember, all you need is just a little bit of faith. Just trust Him that He cares for you. Interestingly, we all do trust the chairs we sit on every day. We trust that the chair will hold us when we sit on it. How much more to trust God, the one who made you, who knows you better than anyone else. I hope that encourages you and keeps your hope alive. So at this part of the process, I'm just installing the string lights in the grooves that I'd created, and this is why I had the groove open, the opening on the groove to 1/8 of an inch to allow me to go around it a couple times, and then I just use the hot glue there to glue it in place. If you like this video so far because you found some value in it, please click on the thumbs up button below the video and share it with somebody else who would like the video or find similar value in it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that more than you would know. Thank you again. And that's it. That's the end of the process. Unless you want to do the additional or bonus steps that I added to it, but this is pretty much it. You can decide whether you want to hang it up using a double-sided tape or add a hardware to it to hang it onto a wall. I did use the keyhole hanger to hang it onto the wall because I'm going to put it in the bathroom, and I am concerned that the glue on the double-sided tape might not be as strong enough or will not hold that long because of the moisture in the bathroom over time. So this was the very first one that I made, and that's the new one underneath it that we just made together. So as always, remember, all you need is a little bit of faith and some DIY action to tackle any DIY project. Okay, folks, so that wraps it up for this one. I would see you in the next video. Until then, I hope you have a tangible experience of God's love. Take care and God bless.